Yo, how y'all doing? I'm doing another quick video. Definitely continuing off of dealing with the subconscious mind and its teachings, the process of your subconscious mind. It's like a part 7 or part 8, so to speak. So I'm gonna get right into it for those who never seen me before. Reference is the name, and teaching you how to. I'm piggybacking off of Brother Panic, but I feel like I could help you cultivate your spirit. I feel like for those who's ready. If not, that's cool. So I'm be talking about the process, what I just said, dealing with the subconscious mind, and also going to give out 3 mental releases you can do, 3 mental release techniques you can do. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, I want to get into the darkness technology information dealing with Mr. Chia. Chia. So fall from grace. The fall from grace inside on page 25. I got some notes right here, so excuse me. It might be difficult to remember everything, so it's good to take notes, write it down, especially when you're sharing information with somebody. So, talks about the pineal as a second sexual center. Consciousness streams into everybody, but few can see the light. The importance of esoteric realization and incorporating of it into your human body. Falling from grace. For those who understand, for example, you might have came from heaven and fell. So you had all your powers and abilities and your pineal intact. But it's also speaking about the simplicity of it talks about the pineal as the second sexual center. The importance of esoteric realization. When you're dealing with esoteric, you're dealing with the shadow. You want to incorporate this into your body. So your psyche is vibrant and alive. The energy bodies communicate in the non-physical dimensions. Dealing with pineal calcification due to outward distraction or outward projection. And when you deal with outward distraction or you deal with outward projection, you really deter yourself from your spirituality. Though some may be lessons, but when you know, all of it ain't lessons. You're just deterring yourself. That's that fall from grace. It talks about that in this book. So that's what I'm going through right now. I've been going through it, and I'm telling you what the book is. But we all should really take time to get into it slowly, because it talks about us. So the next thing I want to talk about is inhibiting the divine chemistry of your brain, which is still dealing with the fall from grace. Inhibiting the divine chemistry of your brain shifts due to the world psyche engagement. So you're dealing with materialistic things. You'll be getting beautiful answers and mystical things of the external world, but you should be doing it internally. There is a particular chemical inside your brain, and this is what we're talking about, the processes of your subconscious mind dealing with the chemistry. And this particular chemical does the opposite of what I just said. It disables the synthesis of the spirit molecule. 7 tissues and molecules manifest the consciousness of our Wu Ti, which it talks about. Focused awareness of the adult world only is a hater blocker. Straight up. Like a monkey wrench in the game in regard to melatonin, or the 5-MEO-DMT conversion, which I will read soon on page 27, dealing with the brain, so to speak, but the name of the chemical that disables or tries to, or does its best to try to disables the synthesis of the spirit molecule. This is how it's spelled: MONOAMINE spacebar OXIDOSE, monoxamin oxidose. That might be it, but I wrote it down in my notes. Shout out. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is reawakening our, or your, however you want to put it, spirit molecules. Dealing with the waking consciousness. Going to sleep to get in touch with the divine and original source. The chemical explains the reconnection to your divine, or the enzymatic actions of your chemicals within deals with the molecule of your spirit, which allows us to experience sleeping color imagery, such as astral travel, lucid dreams, vision of being, other realities, mystic states, etc., etc., etc. I'll read that too. But let me read on the last joint, talking about inhibiting the divine chemistry of our brain, or the fall from grace. Let me read 27. This is what it is. This is what I'm about to read. John 27. So here I go. Y'all good? I ain't got no water. No, man, no water. No water. Our usual perception of the world and waking consciousness is, in fact, a state of waking ignorance. The brain must inhibit our true nature and divine connections to survive in the physical world. Everyday life, we see everything back in front, as it were. We perceive the primary actions of the brain as providing us sensibility of the cognitive awareness. In fact, the brain's mechanism is the filter and shut-off of the flow of the divine consciousness, making possible survival on Earth, but obstructing all transcendental realities. Darkness meditations will remove these obstructions. The inhibitory functions of the brain are lifted and we reveal an experience of oneness within ourselves, the Wu Chi, in their, the original source. So what they call it, page 27 of this book I've been reading of for the last probably like 2 months. The next subject will be about reawakening the spirit molecules, reawakening the spirit molecules. The importance of this in this third paragraph. Chemically, when you're dealing with the reconnection of the divine, which occurs inside you, all of us, when you're ready. In the darkness experience, the spirit molecules, phenylalanine, 5-MEO-MET, and DMT alter the receiving qualities of the brain. The brain tune in to invisible worlds and parallel universes, like a television turning into different channels. Mystical and near-death. Out-of-body experiences reflect dynamic equilibria between channels in which we experience the essential energy that courses through the receiver. The receiver courses through the receiver. How y'all like these glasses? It's alright. I want to tell y'all something about it. These are magic glasses. These are my green joints. I just got these joints. You know, it helps a lot, baby. Hey. I want to talk about reawakening consciousness out this darkness technology book by Mr. Chia. When you reach the DMT state, you begin to function consciously from the various psychic centers of your chakras. I'm talking about you now. The body processes of healing love combine human states of true compassion and sexual arousal to create a new chemistry and new vibration within the body. Amazing, ain't it? This special vibration occurs at a frequency of 8 hertz. So they say, you know, look it up with the research. Don't take their word for it. As in the macrocosm in this microcosm. Hence, I'll show you. Hence, if we make love. Hence, we make love. Then all the cells and DNA actually make love as well. Hence, if we make love, then all the cells and DNA actually make love as well. The DNA crosses over like two serpents intertwined in an erotic embrace. You need the orgasmic vibration to arouse the crossover process, which leads to 2 giving birth to 3, the conception of new cells. Sounds familiar, huh? The good book. The 2 vital states are compassion and arousal leading to the orgasm, but both are inextricably linked to love. I don't say this. That's what this says. I might just make it sound better. All right, what we got? What we got, yo? What we got? I got my notes here, you know what I mean? This is important information. That's kind of what I want to leave it off. But it is one more thing. Talk about the immortal body. All right. I'll just get some extra information. You know, hey, I'm a reference, right? Use me, but don't abuse me. So, then don't judge me either, man. If I don't do this, I'm punished. If I don't do this, immortal body. Based on several years of intensive medical research, this information proposes that the release of DMT from the pineal gland at 49 days after conception marks the entrance of the spirit into the fetus. Thus, 49-day prenatal period corresponds to the first signs of the fetal pineal tissue, the differentiation of the gonads into male, female, and the time between death of the individual soul's next rebirth, according to the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, which suggests that the individual's life force enters the body through the pineal gland and leaves through the pineal gland at death. See DMT spirit molecule information. The infant's brain, or your child or your baby brain, is flooded with that DMT, that 5-ME, etc., secreted from the pineal gland, and brain is 40% more active and open. For the next part 8, we'll talk about the chemistry of the consciousness, which will continue on page 30. So here's where we press reset on dealing with the process of the subconscious mind. When you're going through these stages, these are the processes that are taking place. I'm giving y'all the book, I'm giving y'all the information, I'm giving y'all the author. All right? So that's over and done with. So we get to the techniques now, right? To the goodies. Y'all might not like it, but hey, you know, nobody cares, right? We ain't in our ego. We on a trip. One thing I want to share when it comes to the 3 techniques dealing with mental release. When I met Dr. Lean Bay, one of the things he told me, because I was having issues with some things dealing with spirituality. You know, I was fully into it, like 80%. But he was like, yo, you gotta give it like 50-50. I was like, I appreciate that, but here's how he said it. He was like, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. That's all he needed to say, and I got it. Yo, you gotta have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And as a current information, right now, what Bobby was like, yo, Capricorn is the season of tests. You're gonna be tested, whether it's a self-test or from somebody else. So it means the same thing. So remain poised. Be still, young. Be still, young lady. Be still, young man. Huh? So, you know, dealing with that, you know, be careful with being in groups. Be careful being in groups. Be careful with who you're dealing with. Sometimes solitude is the best thing, but be careful being in groups. You know what I mean? It ain't always healthy, and sometimes groups may stagnate you unless you know how to play your position. All right? Unless you know how to play your position. That's the first thing, you know, pretty much. You know, you're on your self journey. You're on your own self initiation. Sometimes you ain't got to go through other people to receive some self initiation. Sometimes you got to deal with other people to get some type of initiation, but we all go through our own self initiations. You'll know what it is. Other people won't. Right? So that's the first thing when dealing with a mental release technique. All right. The next thing I want to talk about is remember, you're on your own self journey. All right. Next thing I want to talk about is listen, man. Listen, it's okay to understand that, you know, the word when you say good morning, you be like, oh, don't say that. Oh, it means morning. Man, chill out. Man, chill out. Please chill out. You know, you're powerful enough to allow. You know what that means. It's a spell, but you know you know you're a little more stronger than Potter. You know what I mean? So when you chill out, it's not that serious. Not anymore. Not anymore. So when you say good morning, it's okay, as long as you know from in your heart. You know what you meant. And don't allow nothing else to influence you. That's programming. You say, oh, you shouldn't say that. What? I should say what? No offense, but it's another form of programming. You know, the same way to say the word job is a Hebrew word for persecutor. You know, you're getting all technical. Reference might have is Laura Erica, Airicka, Laurel Airica. It's a good reference behind the information behind what I'm talking about, so you'll understand that it's not that serious. However, if you believe these words that they created to have influence on you, then so be it, right? Because as you say, right? So be it. I'm just sparking your mind for a second. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm just sparking your mind for a second. You're too powerful to allow the spell work to mess you anymore. That's over with. We all perfectly imperfect, and we should all be patient with each other. Please. We all going through it. Stay the course. All right? Last but not least, that was the second technique, the release. Release that spell work stuff. All them words that they tell you that is the meaning. However, some of them are. So, for example, when you go to deal with the concept of money and you go to a store, just know that you are circulating the money, whatever you choose to get as the product. You're not spending it. Spending it is a word of lack. So it creates an emotion, or E as an energy or emotion. Y'all know that by now. An energy emotion, and it has or takes place inside you to make you feel like you don't have enough. So you'll create that gravitational pull. But if you are in a particular mindset of a temporary adoption of the actions of what you're doing, or you going to the store, that's the actions of what you're doing. When you go into the store, all you're doing is you circulating money. So it comes back. Dig me? So that's over with. All right, the last but not least, we talk about faking it till you make it. I got this from Brother P, Brother Panic. Fake it till you make it, or use your imagination. If you want to be a model, or if you want to be somebody that just let me think. I didn't think of this example. If you want to be a salesman and you love hot dogs and you want to sell hot dogs, go out on the corner, get your business license, and fit the script. Even if you're a child, if you want to be a NASCAR driver, something like, start wearing a jacket, start playing the game or something, get the kids hooked on it, whatever. Become who you want to be. Fake it till you make it, or imagine it. People say, I don't like saying fake it till you, oh man, I don't think that word is. Really? Chill out, man. Just chill out. Don't do that. So fake it till you make it, man, or use your imagination. Make sure you imagine yourself doing your goal or what you plan to do. All right? Last but not least, man, these glasses I got on, I just got, because I need some new Clark Kents. And so these are green. And I want to talk about color therapy. Ow. I just hit my face. Ow. I want to talk about color therapy. I ain't got no color therapy is good when you're dealing with green, or you trying to for example, just an example, if they associate the color green with your heart chakra, or you're doing any type of work, whether it's walking down the street, you can be wearing the color green and have the intentions on, focus on your heart, have the willpower, focus on your heart, have the desire of focusing on your heart when it comes to release, and when it comes to building, when it comes to working on it, whatever you're trying to do. And you don't have to tell nobody. However, this is just an additive, because where we live at, when you're dealing with the matrix and all that, but you're also dealing with color therapy. Y'all should look that up. So this would be assistance with the color magic. When you're dealing with this, it's association with your intentions, because as above, so below. So you use your thoughts to associate in your intentions to focus on the tool. And the tool is on you, and you use it like a hammer. So you can use it like a hammer. And color therapy, so you say, what the green do? Well, if you want to think about money, it may just help attract, something like that. It may just help attract. Then when you want to talk about dealing with internal stuff instead of external stuff, you would talk about the power of the heart, or the scale, or what Ishu points to, a Yeshua, or what's the word, Heru, was it Heru, Yeshua, Ishu, Joshua, Josh, the jokey one. What else to talk about? Hercules. All the names for Heru. That's one of the reasons why I saved a lot of people in my life. Hey, that's my ego talking. Yeah, I need to know all that. Because the name I was given before when I was into this plane, also associated me with the task. And the same thing with you. I'm just giving an example. All right? But color therapy is good. So if I'm doing some work, this is why I may have on the glasses, but it's assistant between color therapy, or you could color your aura, just using your imagination with the color green. You may create a certain gravitational pull, but we'll talk about that in another lecture. So in the meantime, peace and love. Deuces.